Hello and welcome to another SteveGriff.com cigar review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Hoyo De Monterrey Petit Robusto. This little cigar first came out in 2004. The smaller brother, I guess you can call, of the Hoyo Epicure number 2. These come in boxes of 25 and packs of 3, so very handy because you can either you can buy like a pack of 3 and that's your weekend sorted. So these cigars, very well done, very nice quality. This one here is not a bad looking cigar. 50 ring gauge by let me just check up, by 102, which is 4 inches. So I'm just going to get on with it, cut the cap, give it a smoke. Let's see how it goes. This one's not bad, it's not hard, tiny bit spongy, so it's good. Right, so give it a shot. Not a bad cut, workmanlike. Righty ho, let's give it a light. I was going to say something else, but now I've just noticed that there's a little crack on the foot there, but there's nothing, that's not going to cause any problems. Once I start lighting this up, that'll go straight away. The Hoyo De Monterrey range, going back to what I was going to say, light to medium body smoke, really nice, like a morning smoke with like a coffee or something. Very light, florally, nothing, it doesn't, not going to knock you out. You wake up at 9, 8, 7, and then an hour later you want to go back to bed. This is going to set you up nicely for the day. Let's light it up. In the UK, these are priced around £11, 10, 11, £12, so not bad. Still got a little bit more work to do. I think I'm butchering this one. Nightmare. Anyhow. That first puff I took, creamy. Let's give it another shot in a second. Very creamy, a little bit of a sweetness on the mid to end palate. Very, very tasty, light but very tasty. Good stuff. I think I'll be smoking this for about maybe 40-45 minutes, hour if you're lucky. But nice, very, a little bit of woodiness to start. Then you got this cream kind of with a little bit of like this sweetness, like a slightly sugary sweetness. This is smoking awesome. Well, I'm going to smoke it down a little bit. No point you watching me smoke this. I'll get to about the midpoint, i.e. second, third, and I'll get back and tell you how it's going. Catch you in a sec. Hello, and we're back. Coming into the second, third. Ash is still holding on pretty nicely. The creaminess I was telling you about in the first few millimeters and coming into the first centimetre, still there. Very sweet. A little bit of a kick. This is not like sit back and you just smoke it and you kind of forget it. It's there going, yeah, there's a bit of nicotine inside of me, and I'll pump you up. The ash, bit of a dull grey, Nothing really to worry about. The draw has been pretty good, not blockbuster, but pretty nicely. Solid, tasting nice, pretty solid smoke. You know, you're not expecting anything amazing, but it's going pretty well. Rating it so far, it's going to be like a 90 or a 91. I think a 91 would be a fair score so far. Let me just ash that before it goes on the floor. As you can see, smoke, just enough smoke, not loads, but still good combustion. Yeah, not much to tell you about, but I would say this is probably one of the best Hoyos, I think, that you can have at the moment. You know, got Epicures, the Especials, you got the smaller ones then, the Dykes, or whatever you call them. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I think this is like a perfect morning smoke. You want a coffee and like a smoke on a Sunday morning or something. Brilliant little cigar to set your day. I think pairing this drink wise, I would say maybe something, a coffee with a little bit of milk in, even a cream coffee. This would, I think, would hold up nicely. I think the flavours would be quite nice. If you want to smoke this in the afternoon with a beer, you might want some sort of ale with like a low amount of carbonation. Maybe even, I'm just trying to think whether something like a stout or maybe like some sort of a mild or something might work with this as well. You know, something with a little bit of the oatmeal-y kind of profile. But I think one of these cigars, the Hoyos, I think a lot of fans, you can't really complain about the quality of these. I think a smoke like this as well is good if you're like a beginner and you want to like slowly get yourself into like light bodied, medium bodied. A lot of people say this is like the cigar if you want to start. The Hoyo range is pretty good, but if you're like a seasoned smoker, don't let that put you off. There's quite a lot of complexity. You know, you got a lot of woodiness, a lot of creaminess. You know, these always hit the mark. I think they're quite consistent in quality as well, in the flavour profiles, and I don't think the Cubans get these like wrong on too many occasions. I think at very little time there's been problems with these. I think like the Epicure number 2, I think they're probably one of the go-to Hoyos. Are still smoking pretty well. The bigger cigars, I think the double Corona, I think maybe about 8 to 10 years ago was the blockbuster double Corona. I don't think it's as good as it was then, but I think a lot of people still enjoy that smoke as well. Over the last few months I've been buying a couple of singles of these, and you can't really complain about them. I had a box of Epicure number 2 a few years ago and they were awesome as well. I think I'll definitely buy a box of these maybe in a few months time, or maybe like 2 months or so. Let's see how it goes. I think these are really a good smoke to have in your humidor. I'm going to smoke this down a little bit more, down to the band, final third, final thoughts, wrap up, give it a rating, and then be on my way. So hold on a little bit more and get back to you. Hi there and welcome back to the final third of the Hoyo De Monterrey Petit Robusto. Coming into the last final third, so I've only got about maybe 10 minutes left to smoke in this. So far I've been smoking this to about 40 35-40 minutes, and been smoking pretty well. The draw has been perfect. The burn has been so-so. 1 or 2 touch-ups, nothing like that's really annoying me. It's fine. You kind of expect you might have to do a touch-up or 2 now and again, but other than that, smoking well. Nice. A little bit more sweetness now, but nothing much has changed. I'm not expecting too much profile changes in the cigar regarding the size. You kind of don't expect any complexity, huge amount of complexity anyhow, so that's all good. I'm going to wrap this up quickly. Rate this out of 100. 91. I think it does exactly what you want. You're not expecting anything. You're not expecting anything other than the Hoyo flavours. You want, you know, in the morning you pick a cigar to start the day, and this is what you really want. If you want something light, creamy, good with coffee, cream coffee, you know, it's not like a Particle Short or something like that you might want to like really strong and like kick-start the day like head on. If you want something a little bit more, you know, relaxed, summer's day outside, this is like the cigar for you. Like I said, around £10 in the UK. Pretty good value. Nice weekend smoke. Buy a pack of 3 and then just enjoy a weekend with 1 or 2 of these. So that's all for this time. Happy smoking. If you like the Hoyos, get a few of these because they are an excellent smoke. I think they're smoking very well at the moment. I think they're one of the best light smokes you can get at the moment on the market. So give it a shot. Until next time, keep on smoking, smoke a lot, good health, goodbye.